Hello. Yeah, please. Thank you. We just crossed into Yellowstone National Park. We pulled over here to the side, next to the river. Got my binoculars ready, just in case we see some wildlife. Look how pretty this is. This is exciting. Hopefully we get to see some bears or some bison. Last time I was here, I saw a lot of bison. Gina saw a bear. You saw a bison?
Yep.
And she saw a bear. Oh, there's a bear now.
It's Charlie Bear. What do you think? Is it cold? It's one way to get the dust off of you.
Charlie was playing around all day yesterday and he's just rolling around in the dirt. So he's just full of dust. Needs a shower. Coming soon. The water is so clear. You see right through it. And it's not deep. You can even tell, like in the middle, it's not that deep. You could probably walk across. Charlie is so chasing the bubbles. Look at his skinny legs. Anywhere you stop in Yellowstone, it's just majestic, so scenic. I'm gonna walk over here so you guys can see these mountains. Check it out. What a sight, huh? It'd be kind of cool to take a hike and just travel all the way up. So far we haven't seen any wildlife. Gina did say she saw a deer though.
Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting warm.
A deer? We can see that anytime.
It's still wildlife. Here we are on one of the first pull-offs. This one is called Fountain Paint Pots. From a distance it looks like Old Faithful, but we're not quite to Old Faithful yet. But you can definitely see this is one of the thermal areas. So it's just incredible. You see the trees that have just been stripped of everything with all of the heat and the boiling water coming up from the ground. But I'm doing this little walk solo. Like some of the other parks we've been to, you can walk out onto the trails here. They have them all paved nicely, but you're not able to bring pets. So Lou is back in the van with Charlie. see the ground. You see the different colors and the sulfur. Pretty cool. So this one is called Celestine Pool, and you can see that water bubbling and boiling out there and the steam. Beautiful, beautiful blue. Just incredible. You know, we're all for dipping our toes in the water when we get to rivers and different things, but I think this particular spot, we'll have to take a pass. They have signs everywhere to say, make sure you stay on the paved paths.
Get a quick little sweat going.
So not quite Old Faithful, but that was called Spasm Geyser. And it's just incredible when you think of these thermal areas on our Earth. You have to wonder, before Yellowstone was a national park and animals were out roaming around, what must they have thought when they come across an area like this where the ground is hot and boiling water is all around. Funny to be here on a summer day. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, probably in the low 80s. So you feel the warmth from the sun, but as you're walking through these areas like this, you feel the heat coming up from the ground at the same time. So we're going to continue on. Nice little breeze here, pardon the hair. We really have to thank former President Theodore Roosevelt for making all of these incredible, incredible national parks for us to come visit and enjoy. I think I was reading somewhere that something like over 200 million acres of national park land, all to his credit. This area, you can't notice it as much as some, but you see the different colors of the minerals and the sulfur in particular, and that unmistakable smell of sulfur. These colors here, this bright orange, this is called bacteria mat. And then right next to it, a beautiful, beautiful blue pool. Look at that. Looks like a swimming pool, but it is boiling hot. Just incredible. Looks so inviting until you see the steam and the water bubbling. So that was called Silex Pool. And gives a whole new thought to hot springs. I don't think you'd want to be sitting in that one for too long.
Gina just got through with showing you guys these basins. I wonder how hot that water is. I could smell it. It's not too bad. I was gonna walk and see, at least touch the water and see how hot it is. But it was just telling you that they don't really know how thin the layer of ground is. So they're telling you to stay on the path. You can sink in, and the acid can go through boots. And I'm wearing flip-flops. So yeah, we're gonna skip that one. Look at the scale of that rock, the color. It's like an orange. You can see the smoke from the hot water. I know that water's cold, but that water's hot. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. A nice little jacuzzi. All right, let's see how hot this is right here. No, that's just, well, it's just kind of warm. It's just amazing out here. So gorgeous. This is called the Rainbow Pool. Where we were just parked before, there was these two huge RVs, and one of them I think was trying to just do almost like a U-turn, but he clipped the other RV, and that's really got to suck. I mean, if you're out here on vacation and all of a sudden you got to deal with that. We haven't taken a shower in about 4 days. So all this water that we've been going through, these rivers, the water looks so good. Very tempting. A lot of people are bathing in these rivers, and we were thinking about it, but just a little too much work right now.
I don't like that.
This one here is blowing a lot of smoke. That water looks crystal clear. It's like a bluish, aqua blue. Oh, that smell. Here comes a big one. Kind of smells like rotten eggs. I love lily pads. Once again, we can't take any pets on this path, so I must go on my own. It's the only thing that really stinks about having a dog on the road or an animal on the road. It's just this. You get to a point where you can't take any animals. But I did want to show you guys the lake because it looks really nice. I'm not going to go too far in, so I don't take a whole lot of time and make it back. That water looks so nice. It's like a dark blue. Just saw a bear.
We just saw a bear across the road.
Here's definitely a better view of the lake. didn't get to see any bison or elk. We did see that bear, and that was pretty exciting, but I didn't have the camera ready. As soon as I got it up, it was already going into the woods, so I really don't know what kind of shot I got. But Gina got a couple pigs, so.
Yeah, but man, it was, as soon as he appeared, he disappeared, so we'll see what we get later, but it was still exciting to see him. You're just gonna have to trust us.
And regardless, Yellowstone National Park was just amazing, and it's definitely one thing that you need to put on the bucket list.